Boom. Okay, so here we go. We are doing Brothers War today. It is the 10th of December at the time of making this video. The set's been out since the 18th of November, so I'm sure prices have fluctuated quite a bit. I don't really keep up with any kind of standard sets or anything like that, so I'm not really sure what to expect here. Like I did in the last video, I'll probably post all of the prices that are over. I believe I did like $2. As mentioned to me at the last video as well, I apologize for not. God, I can't get this open. What the heck? There we go. I apologize for some of the cards were like in actual focus, and then the other ones weren't. Oh man, I am butchering this box opening. Here we go. So I will definitely try my best to make sure that doesn't happen this time. I messed with my camera settings, so hopefully it shouldn't be too gross, but this one has 36 boosters in it. The last one I believe had 24. I'll probably just take them out now to make it easier. And I got this box at Amazing Discoveries in Glendale, Arizona. Definitely, if you're in the area, they are worth the drive. And if you don't know, they also have a location in Gilbert and in Tucson if you're all the way out there. So anywhere in Arizona, they should have a location for you, but let's go ahead and start this. So again, I'm gonna try my damnedest to make sure that I keep these in frame. So let's get these a little bit, zoom in to a comfortable spot. There we go, that should be fine. Maybe a little bit better. All right, so I don't know the pack order in these, if there is a different pack order, but I'm just kind of going off my general knowledge of the game. Like I know, for example, I've been playing Arena since this has come out. Power Stones are a thing. Now there's a bunch of cards that make Power Stones, which I guess is cool for the ramp. Who doesn't like a whole, essentially, artifact in, themed booster box? This was another thing I was really excited to see. So it looks like you have that retro frame, which I always thought was cool. I believe these are all reprints, but I'm not sure. Elsewhere Flask. Okay, so the rare's in the front then. So I guess that's the way we're gonna do it. So maybe they did that because people usually aren't interested that much in the in the commons and uncommons unless it's an older set. Oh, let's get in focus again. There we go. Perfect. All right, hostile negotiations. Exile the top 3 cards of your library in a face-down pile, then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face-down pile. Look at the cards in each pile, then turn the pile face up. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile into your hand and the other into the graveyard. Oh, turn a pile of your choice. Okay, so I was wondering what was the whole point of that. So you can either bluff them or not. So that's pretty cool, I guess. And again, I've never really seen any of these cards, so let me try to lay this out a little bit better. So what if we do here, I'll zoom out a little bit. What if we do we'll do rares on this side, and then we'll do our uncommons. Man, my camera work very shoddy. I appreciate you guys for being so patient with me. I'll get there. Argivian Avenger, Spectrum Sentinel, protection from multicolored. That's cool. Involuntary cooldown. Tap up the 2 artifacts and or creatures, put 2 stun counters on each of them. See, this is new to me. I have no idea what stun is. If a permanent with a stun counter would be untapped, remove one of them. Okay, so it's essentially just like sleep or stuff like that, stuff that just keeps your stuff tapped. So that's cool. I don't know if there are any commons worth looking at in this set, so for now I'm just going to put them over there. So there's no point in really looking at them. I would love to hear someone yell at me in the comments. God, these ones are way harder to way more. Oh, there we go. They have the pull tab on these ones. I was that's like when they introduced that in the, I think it was Ultimate Masters. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, we're saving the environment, but I gotta say my favorite packs were definitely the was it Modern Masters 2015, I believe it was. Those were the ones that had the cardboard packaging on them. I thought those were pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Wonderful. I love, and you know what? I remember when these full art lands were definitely a thing that you had to be on the lookout for. I believe it was Unglued was the original of the full arts, but I will always love these regardless of the set. Jalem Tome, tap or pay 2, tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. A lot of these old artifacts didn't age well, so I feel like a lot of these are just for pure nostalgia purposes. So cool, I guess, but I guess I'll just put them in their own little individual pile as well. So let's see. Ooh, Tokasia, Dig Site Mentor. Creatures you control have vigilance and surveil. Oh, tap to surveil. That's pretty cool. So I think that's a graveyard ability. Yeah, look at the top card of your library. You may put it in your graveyard. Oh my goodness, look at that. Pay 8. Exile this card from your graveyard. Return any number of target artifact cards with total mana value 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate as a sorcery. Excuse me. That's pretty good. I can imagine that being pretty cool. Cool synergies. I think that a lot of, again, in my personal opinion, I think that a lot of core sets, or just sets that are always in rotation, have kind of had lackluster commanders recently. So, what could I do with this? I have no idea. When I think of artifacts, I definitely think replacing green with black would be better, but maybe that's just me. Then we have Yotian Frontliner. Oh my god, I never thought I would have so much difficulty pronouncing these. Thran Vigil. And look at that. Falaji Vanguard. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, or when this or another creature card enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0. Okay. Some aggro. Oh, so this is what I wanted to talk about right here, was this new prototype mechanic. I think that this is really cool. So you may cast this spell with a different mana cost, color, and size. It keeps all other abilities. So instead of paying 9, if you don't want to pay the 9 for it, you can only pay 6 and 2 blues, and it's a 6/6, which, I mean, hey, still good. It does not untap during your untap step. Pay 3 to untap it. Actually, I'm going to take that back. That kind of sucks. I think anything that doesn't untap, unless it has a huge gain, definitely not the business. So here's another one. Let's see. So you could get 2 for a 1/1 with Death Touch. That's pretty cool. This set would have been really fun to do limited with, or like a draft. I would like to start getting back into draft because personally that was one of my more favorites. That was one of my more favorite things to do for this game. That and Commander. I don't really play Standard anymore. I haven't played Standard since I think it was like Origins was the newest set. I don't know. I think that's what Arena's for now, but hey, to each their own. Oh, there's a foil. Okay, Dreams of Steel and Oil. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose an artifact or creature card from it, then choose an artifact or creature card from their graveyard. Exile chosen cards. Okay. Make a little foil pile there. Foundry Inspector. This was another good one I really liked. Let me move this right there, and then there we go. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less. That's pretty appropriate. Urza's Command. All right, so for 4, it's an instant. Choose 2. Creatures you don't control get -2/-0 till end of turn. Create a tapped Power Stone token, or create a colorless construct artifact. So that's just like the classic Urza ability. There's so many cards now combining with like Urza and Karn that do that ability. I'll probably, if I ever play this, I'll always do that one. Scry 1, then draw a card. Yeah, I could imagine these two being the most popular out of the 4 that you get to choose. That's pretty cool. Symmetry Matrix. Whenever a creature card, whenever a creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. That's a pretty weird, synergetic ability. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. I know that a lot of cards maybe say like more power or more toughness, but I've never seen an even one. So that's pretty cool. Fall of Krug, Third Path, Ironclass. Oh, I got some monks in this set. That's pretty sweet also. When you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact token. So kind of like Prowess, a Prowess ability, but instead of it getting beefier. There was one from Konzatark here. I believe it was Monastery Mentor that would do something like that. That's pretty cool. Let me know, you guys, if you want me to focus more on the commons and uncommons. I feel like with these boxes, for most, at least for me, I mean, I can't speak on everyone's behalf, but I feel like most people are excited to really just see what rares and foils and stuff like that we pull. I'm going to keep doing this. I swear, I keep forgetting about these pull tabs. God, I'm going to damage these cards. I can already feel it. All right. Oh, look at that. Sundering Titan. That's pretty cool. Kind of useless in a lot of formats, but still cool nonetheless. When Sundering Titan enters or leaves the battlefield, choose a land of each basic type, then destroy those lands. So I'm noticing that these also have sets. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be a little bummed if this is my mythic for these old school cards, but on with the show. Oh, cool, look at that, Brushland. This is one of those borderless ones. That's pretty.
It's one of those pain lands at green or white, and it deals 1 damage to you. That's pretty sweet. Pyretic Blast, Defabricate. Oh, I thought this was kind of like the opposite of Fabricate. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. If this is countered this way, exile it instead. Okay, go for the throat. Classic removal spell. Cool. And then yeah, you know, we have our. Again, I unless this isn't like, you know, if I ever get the opportunity to open maybe like an old set of some kind, that might be cool to go through the commons and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like. Again, maybe it's just me, but I feel like commons have been lackluster, which sounds funny because I feel like they're supposed to be in a weird way. Like they're not rares, but I don't know. I can't remember, you know, the last time I really saw like a good common. So, but people are gonna tear me apart for that. Like, don't you remember whatever? There's another foil, Suchi, Cave Guard, Vigilance and Ward 4. I love the ward mechanic. I think it's one of the newer ones. I believe that was from Strixhaven. When Suchi Graveguard dies, add 8 colorless until until end of turn. You don't lose this mana. Oh, okay, so it just doesn't empty from your mana pool. That's cool. Nice. Swiftfoot Boots, always a good one. Commander staple for sure. In the Trenches, I believe that's our first mythic. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Pay 6, so 5 and a white. Exile target non-land permanent you don't control until. Okay, so it's just it holds on to, you know, it's like Portable Hole and like all that fun stuff. Okay, Astronaut's Harvester. Oh hey, I forgot about that. Monastery Swiftspear's in this set. Very cool. One of my favorite cards. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions on this one. As I mentioned in my last video, I played, you know, mono red Pauper burn, which is super aggro. And now that this now Swiftspear can be in that deck, I think that's pretty sweet, personally. And the rest, yeah, I'm probably gonna skip through. You know, the last video took such a long time. I don't want to bore you guys, so I think for a little while, unless we're doing like a real heater of a set, I'll probably just stick with the foils, rares, mythics, etc. Elemental token, nice. Another island. Sculpting Steel, been reprinted 1,000 times. I remember when this one was more than $2. You may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any target artifact on the battlefield. That could be pretty dangerous. 3 for a you know, like a Blightsteel Colossus. Pretty dangerous. Is that another mythic? Cityscape Leveler. It's an 8/8 with trample, and you may cast this spell, and when you cast this spell, and whenever this card attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller then creates a tapped Power Stone. I guess. I feel like for 8 mana, it's so late in the game for most games. I really don't understand why I'm giving any kind of benefit to my opponent, but you know, I'm sure there's always, I mean, there's so many geniuses out there that just make dynamite, just deck builds around the dumbest stuff. Yeah, so again, I'm just gonna maybe just start switching through or like combing through these, and then I want someone in the comments to be like, whoa, you missed some, that's a $3 uncommon or like a $2 common, you know, and I'll go back and fish it out there. I had a lot of fun making the last video, and I really hope that you guys enjoy these. I personally enjoy making pack, or I love watching unboxing videos, so just trying to get back out there. Oh my goodness, Goblin Charbelcher. This really brings me back. This is banned in Modern for sure, but that's what it reminds me of. Look at the paragraph of text on this one. Goblin Charbelcher for 4. You pay 3, tap it, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Goblin Charbelcher deals damage equal to the number of non-land cards revealed this way to any target. If the revealed land card was a mountain, Goblin Charbelcher deals double that damage instead. Put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any order. Yeah, I believe that this can combo off with things like I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I just remember there being a lot of combos with this, so that's pretty cool. Kayla's Command. Okay, so we had Urza, now we have this one. 1 and 2 white. Choose 2. This is sorcery, so that's like, I wonder why. I was like, why are they not all instants? I never understood that. Choose 2. Create a 2/2 colorless construct artifact token. or put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains double strike till end of turn. Search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it, shuffle it, or put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life, scry 2. I don't know. I know that they've definitely been killing it with the card draw and stuff like that for white, but I still feel like it's pretty underwhelming. But I mean, a lot of these new standard sets, like there hasn't been a lot of things that really get to me. Now, of course, it's always cool. Like I would love, here's hoping that we do pull Urza. That's something that I would absolutely love to see in this box opening. I know that's a big one, and so is Mishra. There's a Mishra one, that Rakdos one, that's pretty sought after too. No foil rare yet, but hopefully there's still one in there. Stone retrieval unit. When this enters the battlefield, create a tapped power token. Okay. Foils over there. Self-assembler. When self-assembler enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an assembly worker, creature card, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. I think this is our 3rd mythic so far for the box. That's pretty crazy. It's for 9 for a 4/4 or prototype for 5. Trample haste. When this enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I actually really like that. That looks like it's pretty fun to play against, or not against, but for. Ooh, shook the camera there. Uh-oh, and it looks like I have one thing on my battery. Let's hope it doesn't die. I really don't feel like changing the batteries on this thing. Okay, go through all these things too. Yeah, I definitely really want to see some flavorful Brothers War stuff. I mean, I definitely have been playing since the earlier 2000s, and so I've seen a lot of stuff around it. It's cool to grow up with stuff like this. It's very endgamey, very, very nostalgic kind of things. Very cool planes. I love this art with all the gigantic monsters on it. Definitely reminds me of like a Godzilla kind of thing. Springleaf Drum, familiar with that one? Tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 color of any mana. That's pretty cool. Painful Quandary, whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Cool. Right, yeah, we're just gonna go through just the front parts for right now. Again, I'll skim through it and you guys tell me if I goofed up and didn't show a specific card. There's our foil rare, Mechanized Warfare. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1. Cool, very Tor Brandy. Millstone, that's where the mill comes from. Pay 2, tap it, mill 2 cards. Death Bloom Ritualist, very sweet. Add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Sweet. Cool art, as always. I will always say that the art in these sets are always amazing. And some of my favorite artists of all time, probably, I would say all of my favorite artists of all time are definitely from this game. So very cool. Ivory Tower. Yeah, this one is pretty lackluster. This one used to be the shit back in the day. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of your cards in your hand -4. I remember reading something that just said that this card was so dangerous because it would essentially just shut down games because there wasn't enough power to fight against gaining life. So, ooh, Drafna, Founder of Latnam. Pay 2, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand, or copy target artifact spell you control. That's pretty cool. Kind of Hercule's Recall on the top there. I'm not a fan of the rares in the front, personally. Do you guys like that? Do you feel like you just kind of don't waste your time that way? I feel like there's more suspenseful build when they're at the very back. It's kind of like you can have a golden ticket, so to speak. Rock Hunter, foil. Sigil of Valor, when this or whenever a creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 till the end of turn for each other creature you control. So kind of like a super exalted. Pretty cool. I equipped 1. Blast Zone. I didn't even know they brought this back. This is from War of the Spark, I believe. Enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Tap for colorless or pay XX. Tap it. Put X creature counters on Blast Zone. Pay charge counters, not creature counters. Pay 3, tap. Sacrifice Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with value equal to the number of charge counters. Yeah. Ba-boom. I'm all messing up my piles over here. I had kind of a cohesive stack, and then I abandoned that idea. So, whoopsie daisy. We're rounding about the halfway mark. I gotta speed up on these videos, you guys. I don't know how some creators out here do it so quickly. I just get so excited to open packs. This is all I ever wanted to do. You give me a pack, it doesn't even need to be my box. I won't even keep anything, but you provide it to me, I'll open it for sure. Foil Aeronaut Cavalry. Elsewhere Flask. I believe we already have this one. There's a battlefield, draw a card, sacrifice it, choose a basic land type. Each land you control becomes that type until end of turn. Okay. Oh, wait, this is the one that we needed. Dang it. Mishra, Tamer of Makfawa. Permanent you control have ward, sacrifice a permanent. That's pretty awesome. Each creature or each artifact in your graveyard has unearth one black red. That's pretty cool. Like that a lot. Yeah, definitely Mishra and Urza themed this entire set. Pretty cool. I would very much like to get at least one of the sides of the Urza Planeswalker. I love those double-sided, the two cards by your powers combined. Oh, nice. Mishra's Bauble. Sacrifice Mishra's Bauble. Look at the top card of target player's library. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Very cool. Very cool card. This one used to be pretty pricey back then. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. Tap to add 2 mana of any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, and untap it. Very cool. And again, just kind of shuffling through. I cannot wait to hear if I'm missing some pretty important cards. I definitely got to hear it from you guys because, you know, hey, not in a rush, but who really wants to look at commons and uncommons? I mean, come on. Soul Guide Lantern. When Soul Guide Lantern enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard, sacrifice Soul Guide Lantern. Exile each opponent's graveyard, and then pay 1, tap it, sack it, draw a card. The bane of the existence that was the Is It Phoenix historic deck that of course I played. Once this came out, it was kind of game over. The Stone Brain. Cool nickname. Pay 2, tap it, exile the Stone Brain, choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws cards for each card exiled this way. That's pretty cool. Kind of like a permanent expropriate or oh god, what was the other one? Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Phyrexian mana and you get to do the same thing at instant speed. That's pretty cool. I like a lot of the artifacts that are in here. Artifact is definitely one of my favorite archetypes of this game. Very flavorful, at least from the obviously from like the big characters in this game. True Soldier, Mystic Forge. Like this one too. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of things for this. There's one for creatures, for instant sorceries, stuff like that. Very neat. Hall of Tagzin. Tap to add colorless. Tap +1 to add one of any color or create a Power Stone. Very cool. Very, very cool. Man, I can't remember the last time that I opened a set. Like even just one box. I'm already getting tired from just doing this, and I was opening 5, 6 at a time. But I just feel like there's so much content in these boxes now. It's pretty interesting. Psychosis Crawler. Yeah, so. Fateful Handoff. Draw cards equal to the mana value of target artifact or creature you control, and opponent gains control of that permanent. Okay. So, right? I've heard that there's some pretty good value in this set. I'm really hoping so. It's always nice to get that. We knocked it out of the park on that Jumpstart box opening. I was talking to a friend, and he said that he barely got about $60, and I was like, oof, that sucks. Involuntary Cooldown, foil, very nice. Chromatic Star, awesome, very Tron-y. There you go. There's that kind of fits the aesthetic of your Tron deck for you. Gix command. So that's our 3rd command. Choose 2, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 creature, gains lifelink until end of turn. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, and each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power. So again, would be cool if it was instant, especially the return the 2 creatures to your hand. Mostly because there's a lot of graveyard hate with these newer sets, and an instant spell that would be able to take care of those pesky removal spells, at least for graveyards, would be most good indubitably. Power Stone, awesome. Swamp, oh man, all the big monsters like that, well, mechs, whatever you want to call them, that is so cool. Pristine Talisman. Tap for a colorless and I gain a life. That's pretty sweet. Sky Strike Officer. Whenever this card attacks, create a 1/1 colorless soldier. And tap 3 untapped soldiers you control, draw a card. Soldier Synergy in blue is pretty interesting to me. The first thing I think of, just like I'm sure you guys do, is white, for sure. And exactly what I was afraid was going to happen happened. My camera died, so we are back at it again. Let's just refocus that. Okay. But we are definitely about halfway through already. Let me know what you guys think of this set. What's your favorite card? What's your new favorite archetype? You know, do you feel like this is helping standard? This is a whatever standard set, or you know, I love to know because I'm starting to get back into this stuff, and I feel like an old man with these new decks that people are building around. I'm just like, what's that? What's that now? You know, so I'd love to hear from you guys as well. Another Pristine Talisman. Oh, hey, look at that. I just realized. Okay, so I just remembered. You have like a regular, you know, I call it the grandpa border, and then you have like that's right, you have a blueprint style. This is also the one too where there's like actual stamped ones that say like you know, like 100 out of 500 too, isn't there? Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure this has been asked around 1,000 times, but can you imagine like a Pristine Talisman, you know, 420 out of 500 or like 69? Like, that's pretty cool. Autonomous Assembler. So 5 for a 4/5 with Vigilance. Pay 1, tap it, put a 1/1 on Assembly Worker. This is something I would really like to get into, is like Assembly Worker decks. I know I was talking smack about tribes in the last one, but that would be pretty cool. At least I would think so. The Assembly Worker has always been one of those ones that have always been like, who cares? I remember there was, I think the original one was from one like the Urza's whatever, that old set from like the 90s. You know, that's where the original factory, or Mistress Factory, that's what it was. Yeah. Awesome. I think I'm going to start putting these in like the few commander decks that I still have, because these are really cool. Oh my goodness. Keenstone or Keenstone. Pay 5, tap it. Target player mills X cards, where X is the number of cards in that player's graveyard. Cool. Arcane Proxy. Ooh, another mythic. For 7, a 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile target instant or sorcery card from, or exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to Arcane Power's Proxy. Arcane Proxy's power from your graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. I need to go back to school and learn how to read. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you could copy, like if it was like 7, so maybe like an Omniscience. I don't remember if that's like 7 or 8, but even still 3. There's a lot of cool cantrips and instants and sorceries for 3. So yeah, I could see that getting play. Oh, okay. So here's Baby Urza, Power Stone Prodigy with Vigilance. Pay 1, tap it, draw a card, and discard. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, create a tapped Power Stone token. The ability only triggers once each turn. Sure. I guess if you won't allow me to abuse that, that's your prerogative, I guess. I really think they need to bring back the pull tabs are nice once you get used to it, but I still, where has my magic packs gone? This is not my magic. Oh, very cool. Nice. Look at that. I don't even know if the camera's going to pick that up, but we have a foil Swiftfoot boots. That is gorgeous. Absolutely. Very cool. Rune Chanter's Pike. Equipped creature has first strike and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Okay. Fade from History. Adorable. Love that artwork. Each player who controls an artifact, or enchantment creates a 2/2 green bear creature token that destroys all artifacts and enchantments. That's cool. I like this one a lot. I'd say so far it's my favorite art, my favorite ability. Pretty cool. Love my bears. 2/2 bears. That's pretty sweet. There was one legendary creature from, oh god, what was it? I believe it was Modern Horizons 2, or no, the first Modern Horizons, the bear commander. I forget her name, but I always wanted to build around that. Very low power, but very nice. Chromatic Lantern, love that. I like this old. I like the old man border. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. Lands you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color and tap to add 1 mana of any color. Very cool. Brothers End. Choose for 3. Choose 1. Brothers End deals 3 damage to target creature and each planeswalker, or to each each creature and each planeswalker. Very cool. Kind of like a Anger of the Gods thing. Destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Very cool. Kind of a Harry Potter battle looking kind of thing going on right there. Like it. Like it. Oh, that was our rare. I don't know why I thought there was going to be anything else after that. Yeah, like I said, Brothers War is very like a end game thing. It's kind of like something that nerds have been anticipating for a while, because you know you have kind of the just Papa MTG of Urza, and then you have his stinky brother Mishra, who went to the bad guy side. So you know, Stern Lesson foil, Stern Lesson, cool. Lodestone Golem, a lot of rares for these type of cards. Man, I gotta apologize, guys. I am trying my damnedest here to make sure that these cards are actually in frame. Hopefully that's a little better. Non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. Kayla's Reconstruction, so X and 3 white. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to X artifact and or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Cool. And again, I mean, art has always been amazing. There's a couple cards that are questionable for their art. I think the one that comes to mind in most recent history is definitely the Faithless Looting from the Strixhaven, like the special reprints. That thing looks terrible. I can't even tell you how. I mean, it's very meme-like now. All right, so we had some technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Still learning how to get this. Man, I was so blown away with how hard it is to get this stupid camera to work, and like this down shot, it's difficult. I want to look at the cards in a different light. Now I can't. Chromatic Lantern. So we have another Chromatic Lantern in the blueprint art. Love it. Very cool. One with the multiverse. Now I know that this is one that's not the most expensive, but it was kind of up there. Enchantment. You may look at the top card at any time. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. That's crazy. That is really good. Holy moly. That I could see once per turn. I mean, there's definitely a lot of top decking manipulation. I like that because you essentially get to, you can protect anything that's in your hand from discard if you have a way to put things back on top of your library. Again, I think of Commander, such as like with Scroll Rack and stuff like that. Excuse me. Very cool. But it would be sweet. I would love a Mishra or a Urza. That would be cool. Liquid Metal Coating. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types till the end of turn. There you go for all you Karn players. Steel Seraph. At the beginning of beginning of combat of your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink. That's pretty sweet. 3 for a 3/3 with flying and that ability. Okay, I definitely see why doing the prototype cost could be better sometimes. Very cool. Very cool. I really like that prototype ability. Some of them are so nuts. Like there's like that worm creature and all that. I don't know. Please tell me in the comment. Are you able to get? Can you get the stamped blueprint cards in the regular draft boosters? Because that would be really cool if you could. Oh man, can you imagine? Weakstone Subjugation, foil. Ivory Tower again. Perennial Behemoth. You may play lands from your graveyard, always cool. And Unearth 2, also a cool ability, one that I love. Yeah, because I know, I mean, those have to, I mean, that is it doesn't matter what it is. I'm sure some are definitely more expensive than others, but can you imagine just getting one of those cards? I mean, I couldn't even fathom. That would be pretty sweet to do, or to pull on the show. And I was actually just telling my friend about this, because this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Like, I feel like there's so much heat that I've had in the past. Like I remember being in my friend's car and opening the one pack I bought before Commander Legends even came out. If you bought a box of something else, you got a free pack of Commander Legends. I pulled a Jewel Lotus. Like that would have been great to see on camera. Soldier, Swamp, Jalem kind of sounds a little bit less ugly. Jalem Tome. Over the top. Awesome. For 7, each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Puts all permanent cards they revealed this way into the battlefield and puts the rest on in their graveyard. Very cool. Like the Sylvester Stallone reference. Got to pull the hat back. Got to turn it around. It's like a switch goes off. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it's cool. You know, there could be so much things that I'm missing in this set of like why it's better, or like, oh, like, hey man, you overlooked this. But I'm learning. I'm trying to get back into this game. I missed it a lot during the last 2 years. I wasn't able to play with. I mean, this is something you guys all probably relate to also. Wasn't able to play with any of my friends. A lot of my friends stopped playing. You know, just unfortunate things in life, and life happens. So I'd like to get back into it. Audacity. The audacity of not getting a foil mythic in this box is pretty frustrating. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. When Audacity is put into the graveyard from battlefield, draw a card. Okie doke. Bonesaw is ready. Very cool. That's the second tough guy reference. Maybe that's what it is. That's what they represent. Is that no, man? It has nothing to do with the lore. We just really like Bonesaw from Spider-Man. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Equipped 1. Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. This one is one that I've been very much looking forward to see. Flash, flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Incredible. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than than Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very cool. I almost want to put this in my Necron's Warhammer deck because that would be pretty fun to play around. Yeah, so many hookups for the artifacts on this one, and I mean, this is a very, I guess if I had to think about it being compared to anything, maybe I would say like the old like Scars of Mirrodin block. You know what I mean? Very artifact like in that. So far I like it. I'm enjoying myself. Helm of the Host, very cool, and it's the blueprint style. Helm of the Host. At the beginning of combat on my turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary. Bunch of infinite shenanigans with that. Very cool. Hey, Hurkle. Like there's a card. Was that Hurkle's Recall? Yeah. So this is the Hurkle. Very cool. At the beginning of your end step, if you cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type among the revealed cards into your hand, put the rest in the bottom. So it's kind of like some pseudo interesting card draw. Pretty cool. Very you love the lore. Gotta eat up the MTG lore like it's breakfast. You know, they're no strangers to that. Better than going to Universes Beyond, as I said that I was excited for the 40k. I mean, whatever. I mean, people are gonna buy it. Forest. Oh, that's cool. Very like the Phyrexian looking machine, whatever you want to call that. Ornithopter. Awesome. I'm currently playing Affinity Artifacts in Historic right now. Having a blast doing that. Brushland. Oh, that's unfortunate. We already got this one, but infinitely better earlier. Very, very not chill of you, box. See, this is the part that I don't miss. I don't miss the, you know, for all the highs that you get opening boxes, sometimes it just, you're not getting heat, you know? So we got 4 packs left, not including this one. So this will be our 5th one away from finishing the box. Hopefully another blueprint card, Psychosis Crawler. Very cool. Oh, Mishra's Foundry. There we go. Pay 2. Mishra's Foundry becomes a 2/2 assembly worker. Pay 1 and tap it. Target attacking the assembly worker gets +2/+2. Very cool. We have 4. Oh, there we go. I passed little baby Mishra too. That's cool. So same thing. Pay 1 tap. Draw to discard. Or loot, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifacts, add 2 or add red. This ability triggers only once each turn. Yeah, I like the little baby versions of them. That's pretty cool. There's like what is it, like 3 versions of each of them in this set, and they all do different things. That's pretty wild. All right, we got 4 packs left to round out the video. Give me something good here. Burnished Heart. Everyone knows that does. Classic Commander staple in the Old Man border. Tyrant of Kerr Ridges. 4/5 for flying when, or 4/5 and flying. When Tyrant of Courageous enters the battlefield, deals 4 damage to any target. Pay 1 and gets fire breathing. Do they still call it fire breathing? Is that what the kids still call this? Is fire breathing? Is pay 1? Very Shivan Dragon. You know, I believe it's the same cost too, but not as tough. I really don't know what these rares and mythics are worth, so I won't know until obviously the editing portion of this video, and I will absolutely put up prices. I could have just been like, oh, whatever, you know, so and someone's like, what, it's like 30 bucks, man. I won't know until, oh, there is a foil. Oh, wow. You want to talk about some heat? Look at this reprint right here. Diabolic Intent in the foil. That's unfortunate though. It's got a little, I want to see if this gets picked up here. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little bit of like a scuff on the side. That's unfortunate. But look at that, a foil Diabolic Intent. This was a amazing reprint. So happy they did it. As an additional cost, to cast the spell, sack a creature. Good sack outlet. Search your library for a card, put in your hand, then shuffle. That gets its own little special spot over here. Very excited for that. We have a Blueprint Millstone, and we have Harbin Vanguard Aviator. 3/2 for flying, or with flying. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying. Okay, so now I'm starting to see the soldier symmetry in this whole set. So you got soldiers, artifacts, that's pretty cool, and lands. There's a lot of land synergies too, so you got a little bit of everything. I like that. Okay, yeah, that Diabolic Intent definitely made the box a little bit more worthwhile. God, this thing keeps getting out of focus. Sorry about that, guys. Man, even if I wanted to talk about the commons and uncommons, it's not like you're even seeing them. All right. Oh, I wish that was the last pack. I don't know. It would be cool if we could top that. You know, how are we going to do that? Because we got 2 packs left. Let's see here. A third one. Man, third one. I'm so sick of seeing this. I'm so sick of seeing that. Oh, God. Tocasia's Welcome. Enchantment for 3. Whenever... focus here. Whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. There's our card draw. This ability triggers once each turn. Okay. Awesome. There was that card draw I was talking about here. Yeah, let me know if I'm spending too much time going over these. I'm only explaining these rares because I've never seen them. But I'm sure some of you are like, yes, I've already opened 25 packs or boosters boxes of my own. Like, let's get through it. So tell me what you guys want to see. And if there's any sets you guys really want to see, definitely let me know. I'm down to open whatever people are willing to watch me open. So I know this, I say this is one of their newer sets, but it's already been out for almost a month. So yeah, I'd like to just do more of these. All right, we're rounding off with a really cool looking forest and moment of truth right here. Let's see, could we not get Jalem's Tome? Let's see. Astral Cornucopia. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Astral Cornucopia enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it, and then you get to add mana for that. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, it's a rare. It's blue. Is it? Okay. Perkle's Final Meditation. As long as it is not your turn, the spell costs 3 more to cast. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hand. End the turn. That's pretty cool. I love those end the turn abilities. Very, very cool. Perkle's Recall, I believe, just allowed you to return all artifacts. So this is saying non-land permanents. So it's kind of a super expensive Cyclonic Rift, so to speak, I guess. Cool. Well, my final thoughts on this box is that it was fun, just like opening every other booster box I've ever opened. I really like the set. Super happy. I'm going to pull this back in here real quick. Super awesome to get that foil Diabolic Intent. I can't wait to see what that's worth. But yeah, all in all, good box. Let me know what you guys want to see out of this. If there's anything else that you guys would love to see me open, I'd love to see it. But take care. Awesome.